March 2013. I was paddling with Honolulu Pro Canoe Club, and one day this new guy comes into the club. He rolls up, he thinks he knows everything about paddling. I feel like he's kind of arrogant. The first thing he says to me is that my paddling technique needs some improvement, and he was showing me how to fix it. So I said, who are you? Like, who is this guy? So I pretty much ignored him for the rest of the time because I didn't really want to talk to him.
But again, I seen this nice wahine with just, with her green and orange, like a watermelon slippers, walking down Boro clothes. Like, wow, she looked really cute. And I kind of got interest, and then we started talking, trying to initiate conversation. I even asked her, hey, you want some Portuguese bean soup? Ask her that. I even asked her, you want to hang out, we can barbecue? She just ignored me. And just...
At the fundraiser, that's when I noticed him, because at this fundraiser we do a date auction. So at the date auction, we get auctioned off as a date for someone. So someone can bid and purchase a date. So I was on auction, and then guys were auctioning like $100 or $150 or whatever. And then it was between Jay and this other guy. And then I noticed he was bidding pretty high.
And I ended up going saying, 500. Like 500, like, oh, it's pretty high.
$500, that was the most that anyone's ever bid. And so that's when I really noticed it. I was like, why is he bidding so high?
But we ended up, what, 600?
Yeah, but another guy beat him 600, then he just walked away. But the following weeks later, we were he texted me because he got my number from the club for a potluck that we were doing for a race. So then he texted me and he said, oh, I know I didn't win the date auction, but can I still take you out to dinner? I said, okay. In the end, I said, okay. I said, in my head, I was thinking, I guess it depends where he takes me to eat, because I really love my food. So if he doesn't take me to somewhere good, then... She said, let's go to Anna Miller's for oxtail soup.
I'm from Maui. I don't know nothing about places to eat.
Oxtail soup at Anna Miller's. I was like, ugh. And I said, oh, let's try Kapilani Coffee Shop, because it's right down the street and they have good oxtail soup. So that was our first date.
It was a very expensive date.
I really liked how he could carry a conversation with me and not just be, one word answers, oh yeah, or, and just stop. Like, he would continue the conversation, and we talked for 3 more hours. And that was the first time I've ever had a conversation like that with a guy. And so that really made me, a little bit more open to seeing what he had to offer.
We've been dating about 2.5 years before I even asked her, before I even actually proposed. Basically, I called her sister, told the whole story. Okay, I'm gonna propose to your sister. I need some help. And I know after that, we just decided, okay, we'll make a plan. Kept calling me, what kind of ring, how you gonna do the proposal? It was like, man, I never thought about that.
The proposal, actually I didn't know anything at all that was going on. That he totally surprised me, because actually when we're talking about marriage after we got the house and we're renovating it, I said, it'd be kind of nice if we got married eventually. And he goes, oh yeah, I spent all my money on the house. I don't think I can propose for at least another year or 2. So one day he called me up and he said, I'm gonna go paddling. And I said, okay, because my friend had asked me to dance hula with her in Waikiki. We were on our way to the hula performance, and then Jay calls me and he said he has an emergency.
Hi.
I get an emergency.
What?
I'm stuck.
What?
I was catching a wave and pulleyed, and now my rudder came off. I can't even steer. I cannot go back all the way to Hickam right now.
Oh no!
And I was freaking out, but I had to go do my hula performance, so I couldn't. I was like, just wait out for an hour, just. And he's like, no, you have to come get me. So I told my friend, oh, can you drop me off at Halekoa?
Yes.
Because he said he's near Halekoa. And so I said, okay, well, I'll get dropped off at Halikoa. So my friend was like, okay, I'll drive you there. So she dropped me off at Halikoa, and then I was running around the beach looking for him, and I couldn't see him. And then he called me again, and he's like, I'm drifting, I'm all the way by Hilton. So I'm like, oh my God. So I had a nice dress on because I was gonna dance hula, and then I had my high heels, so I took them off and I started running towards the sand, and I started praying, like chanting.
She told me, it's like, don't ever propose to me unless I'm wearing nice dress and everything else. So I was like,
I didn't even propose to me, and I look real bottles and like real mess of hair. I would be a little bit upset. So I was running towards that beach, and then all of a sudden someone said, hey, and I turned around and he was standing there, completely dry, with an aloha shirt on and a lei. And I was like, what's happening? I was like, where's your canoe? And he goes, come here. So then I walk over, and then that area is actually the finish line of the Molokai race. And we both did the Molokai, so it's kind of nice to be significant for us. He told me to come, and then he started talking.
I started talking, but she couldn't stop looking around because she was like, when you get attention from everybody else, you get local tourists and everybody else is just watching you. I was like, who's that guy? Who's that?
Yeah, so I felt like everyone was watching me and that they were taping me, like strangers were taping me, and I got a little paranoid, so I kept looking. I was like, I think that guy's taping me. And he was like, just focus. And he like grabbed my face and he said, focus.
So she couldn't stop talking, couldn't stop looking around. So you know what? Down on my knees and actually said, hey, Chantel Ching, will you marry me? And she was like shocked.
I was like,
yes.
What? I was like, I thought this isn't gonna happen for another year. And he's like, do you want it or not? He's like, will you marry me or not? I was like, several seconds of just shock. I just said, yes, of course, yes.
I'm glad the sister was there and she was able to help me and help me plan all this.
But good job. So there wasn't an exact moment where I knew I wanted to marry him, but there were little hints along the way, like a culmination. So that first date when he had a real conversation with me and we talked for 3 hours, that was my first sign where I thought, oh, I can have a good conversation with somebody. It could be natural and it could be flowy and funny, like we were just laughing and having a good time. So actually I have this list from probably I started 10 years ago about all the qualities that I want in a guy that I want to marry. As we dated, like maybe into 3-4 dates, I started going off the list and checking all the things off that Jay had, all these qualities. I realized that he checked off all those boxes. And of course I was already in love with him. But at that point, with the mixture of me being completely in love with him and him checking out all those boxes, I knew that he was the one I wanted to marry.
I guess when you meet someone and she's the right one, you just have that feeling. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but the connection is there. The passion, we love to paddle together. We like to do things together that kind of create that bond, if you don't have that connection, it doesn't make sense at all. There's no sense to actually continue with the relationship. We build things together. It takes two, we synchronize. Just like how I see it in the canoe. We paddle together, we synchronize together, and we pull the boat together. It's like having a family. We putting the boat together, and this is how we start a new life. That's how I see it. And when I see that in her eyes, and it's like, oh wow, this is the person I want to be with, because I can do that with her without any hesitation. And it's like, okay, sounds great. She'll follow me where I go, and I'll steer her in the right direction, or vice versa. She's a steersman, I'll be taking the lead of the canoe. That kind of stuff.
Better when he's steering though. He's a better steersman. We'd like to thank everyone for your love and support along the way, making this happen, and for helping us be together.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to our wedding, and we love you, and we hope that you'll be in our lives forever.